So in today's video I'm going to be doing a book unhaul. I have a stack of books here which I'm going to go and take to my local charity shop. So yeah, they're just a stack of books that some I liked, some I didn't like, some I'm not going to reread. So yeah, I've just been doing a sort through of some of my bookshelves, and my bookshelves are completely overflowing. I have 3 bookshelves, one very large one, and I'm just running out of space for all my books. So I need to be doing some unhauling so I can put some new books on that I want to read. And yeah, I just need some more space, so I have been sorting them out. And I have some books here that I'm going to get rid of, and I'm going to talk you guys through why I'm going to get rid of them. So first off, I actually have a few Harry Potter books. The first one being Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and this is like in the original hardback. I'm getting rid of this one because I already have a set of adult illustrated copies of the Harry Potter books, and it's this beautiful box set. I have a review of it up on my channel, and whenever I reread Harry Potter I always go for them. So I don't really need this anymore. I do love the original cover, but I would like to collect the original covers in the paperbacks so that I have my hardbacks. I have a collection of hardbacks and then a collection of paperbacks in 2 different copies, but this is a hardback and I don't need like 2 sets of hardbacks of the same book. I prefer to donate this and then pick it up again at a later date in the soft cover. So yeah, like I said, I don't need multiples of the same book, even though it is a lovely cover. I do like the illustrations on the front, but yes, it is time to let it go. Does it have, oh yeah, it is printed on the inside as well. I've just been hanging on to it, and I don't think this is the copy I had as a child, and I've just never read this copy. I always pick up my other copies. Same reason for this one. This is the J.K. Rowling Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is the only book I had in this cover, and again, I already have a copy of this book in a complete collection, so I don't need this one as well. This was also one that I think this is the original one we read when we were kids, so yes, that can go as well. And then I also have another JK, well this isn't written by J.K. Rowling, but another one in the Harry Potter universe, and this is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, part 1 and 2. So this is the screenplay, and I bought this when it first came out, was really excited for it, and I read it, and I did enjoy it actually. I was one of the few, I feel like, that did enjoy it, mainly because I think at the time I just really wanted to read something else in the Harry Potter universe. But I recently reread it, or re-listened to it on audiobook. I actually found it here on YouTube, and yeah, I didn't love it as much as I did the first time, and I feel like it's not something I would just pick up and reread and reread. Unlike the actual Harry Potter books, I do pick these up and reread them pretty much every year, or at least read them once a year. But like I said, I reread them in my lovely like collector's editions that my husband got me. Yeah, this is only the second time I reread it since it came out, and I don't really feel like I would reread it again, and if I do, then I'll just listen to it on audiobook. I don't feel like I need to have a copy of the book. I didn't love it that much that I feel like I need to keep the book, so that can go and be passed on to someone else. I then have, this will be no surprise to anyone if they saw my book review of this book, but this is Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I don't really feel like I have to say much more. If you have seen my review on this book, which is up on the channel, then you'll know how much I disliked this book and how I just thought it was crap. So I'm going to pass it on to someone else who might pick up and enjoy it. So yeah, I think this is one of the first books I've ever got from Abominable Book Club that I am giving away. So yes, that's one is going. If you want to know the full details on why I dislike this book so much, go watch the review. I then have a little ladybird book here I found in my collection, and this is A Secret Garden. I picked this up from a charity shop a while back, and I have read it since. I really enjoyed it, but I already have a copy of this book, like the full book. Like, this is just like the bare bones of the story really, in like children's form, and it does have some nice illustrations in here. But I just feel like if I already have the book, then I don't really need another copy. I don't like reread it that much that I need another copy, and I've seen other copies that are nicer that I would want to pick up, so that can go back. This one is another book that I actually have like 3 copies of this book. I bought this book when I was rereading all the Diamond Jones books, because I read these when I was a child. My absolute favourite is Howl's Moving Castle. If you have watched the animated Studio Ghibli Howl's Moving Castle, please read the book. It's so much better. The story is so good. The animation, although beautiful, does not do the story justice in any sense of the word. I was actually quite angry because I read the book first and I was a huge lover of the book, and then I watched the Studio Ghibli, and like I said, as beautiful as the animation is, I was just like, nope. I was very angry. But I went on this whole kick a few years back of really trying to hunt down the 2000s covers, which are really, really hard to find, of the Diamond Jones books, but I love them. And by fluke, I found them on eBay, and I was specifically looking for Howl's Moving Castle, the original cover. Actually, I have it down here so I can show you. This is the book I was desperately hunting for. It took me years and years and years to find Howl's Moving Castle in this cover. As you can see, I have it in plastic. But yeah, this was the cover that I read as a kid, and I absolutely love this story. But she had all of the covers with this kind of art style, I think by the same artist. And I found this on eBay in a book bundle, and in the bundle it had a copy of The Charmed Life, which is in another series of hers. And I actually found The Charmed Life in the 2000s covers in my local charity shop, and I picked it up before I got the bundle as well, but I bought the bundle because I desperately wanted this book. So yeah, I have 3 copies of the same book. I don't need 3 copies. So I'm going to be passing this one on. I love her writing. I highly recommend them. They're children's books, but adults can love them too, and it's just really great imaginary worlds. So I would love to pass this on. This is like a pristine condition as well, because I read the 2000s covers. I never actually read this one of this version. So I would love to pass this on so another child could enjoy the stories as much as I did. And yeah, going along with 2 more childhood books, I have 2 in the Animal Arc series. I also picked these up a couple of years ago in charity shops. And again, I got 3 at the time. I got Badgers in the Basement, Owls in the Office, and Hedgehogs in the Hall. And I picked these up for a nostalgic reads, and I'm keeping Hedgehogs in the Hall because that's the one I had as a kid, and I'm going to be doing a nostalgic rereading my childhood books vlog. So I'm going to keep that one for that vlog, but I don't really need to keep the 2 of these. I have reread them, really enjoyed them, and again, really great children's books. If you have a child in your life who is a animal lover and loves reading animal stories, I highly recommend these. They're great little stories. It's just about a girl and her family own like an animal rescue centre, and it's about her adventures in finding these animals and rescuing them basically. So yeah, lovely little stories. So I'm going to be passing these on as well. And then another one I have here is The Short History of the Anglo-Saxons. I've been trying to read more historical books here and there because I find it really interesting. I've got into a real phase of watching historical documentaries on YouTube at the moment, and there are a couple history channels on YouTube that I have been loving. And I wanted to read some books around it, and I picked up this because I was really interested in the Anglo-Saxons because I didn't know much about them. But unfortunately this book was a little bit disappointing because it's pretty much just a list of dates of the different kings that they think that, you know, the Saxon kings throughout history. There's not much about their actual, how they lived their lives, and that's more what I was interested in, their day-to-day lives, what they were like. and, you know, how they ran their societies and those kinds of things, whereas this was just going through like the kings and the battles, which was kind of interesting but also a little bit boring and not 100% accurate. I saw a couple of reviews on Goodreads that said, you know, it wasn't really the best book, you know, about the Anglo-Saxons. So if anybody has any recommendations for historical books specifically on the Anglo-Saxons, then let me know, because I'm struggling to find ones I really enjoy. I mean, Anglo-Saxon books seem to be really hard to find, so if anyone knows of any, then drop me a comment down below and give me some recommendations. That would be much appreciated, because this one, yeah, was a little bit boring. I did read it through all the way through, but it was a bit forgettable, and yeah, I'm on the hunt for something else, a bit more about, yeah, like their day-to-day lives. So I then have a biography, and this is a Scar Tissue by Anthony Kitus, who is the front guy or the lead singer in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I went through a massive Red Hot Chili Peppers phase. I still enjoy their music. Yeah, when I was younger, I went into a like a record store we had in the town I grew up in, and it's not there anymore, it's closed down since. But it was like this really tiny little store, and I went in and I picked up, they had like music videos, like back when you could get them on DVD, and I picked up the Red Hot Chili Peppers, not really knowing anything about them. I just thought they had a really cool cover art in front of the case, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. And then, yeah, fell in love with their music, and then I picked this up not long after, and it was a really, really good read. It's actually a really interesting biography. It's set, he talks really not that much about the band, to be honest. It's more about his life growing up. He had a very interesting life growing up, and it has pictures in here too. And yeah, it's known for being quite a good biography. So if you are interested in the Red Hot Chili Peppers and are interested in Anthony Kiedis's life, then I do highly recommend this book. It was really interesting. I've reread it about twice, and I'm just getting rid of it because I've had it for like since I was a teenager, years and years and years, and I haven't reread it in the past few years. I pretty much remember everything that was in this book. But yeah, it was a really interesting read, so I do recommend it if you are a fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers as a band. But I just don't see myself as rereading this anytime soon. So yeah, I'm going to pass it along. I still enjoy their music. I still listen to their music from time to time. And last but not least, I have, which is a surprising one for me to have, a surprising author to have in an unhaul for me. And this is Jim Butcher's The Cinder Spires Aeronaut's Winglass. And I am a huge fan of his Harry Dresden series. I absolutely love his Harry Dresden series. I have read all of them in this series, but the last two books that have come out, I haven't got them yet. I really need to get on that and do that. It's like a 15 long book series about a wizard who lives in Chicago and just gets up to all kind of hell-raising mischief. And I should do a whole series review on that series because it's one of my favourite series and I reread it very often. So whilst I was waiting for him to come out with the last two books in that series, he actually wrote this book, and this is book one in the series, so this is going to be a series as well. And I just could not get into it for the life of me. I tried, I really tried. It's a huge chunky book. I got about 100 pages in and it was a struggle. I didn't really care about any of the characters. The story was just like, okay. And yeah, it says here, highly addictive page turner, highly recommend, delightful. I just couldn't, maybe it gets better, but I was literally 100 pages in and I was like, I just was forcing myself, and I was like, I just don't want to read it anymore. And I felt really guilty. I was like, but I love this author and I love his other series. I was like, I need to, you know, I should, you know, get into this. I'm sure I'll like it if I keep reading. And I just kept reading and I just didn't. It kind of read more YA to me, and I'm not a YA fan. I am definitely, I prefer, you know, adult fantasy. I'm not really into young adult fantasy because, I don't know, teenagers just annoy me. The whole angsty teen thing, it just frustrates me and I don't want to read about it, and it annoys me. And I wouldn't say that the main character in this, from what I can remember, was particularly angsty, but yeah, it just kind of read more as YA, and I was really upset that I didn't like it. And I've been hanging on to this book since it came out, because I bought it when it was released. So it's been a good few years, and I put it down and I've never picked it up again. Does it say when? First published like 2015, so I've had this book since 2015, and I read the 100 pages like when I first got it, and I've never picked it up since. So I was like, I'm never going to pick it up. I really don't need it to be hanging around on my bookshelves reminding me of how upset I was that I didn't like it. So yeah, this was not for me, although highly recommend the Dresden series. You can see here in the front, those are all the books in the Dresden series, which I absolutely love. And yeah, so Stormfront, Full Moon, Grave Peril, Summer Night, Death Mask, Blood Rituals, Deadbeat, Proven Guilty, White Knight, Small Favours, Turncoat Changes, Ghost Stories, Cold Days, Skin Game, and Side Jobs. I have read all of those books and loved all of them. Like I said, there are now 2 more in this series. It is Peace Talk and Battleground, which I have yet to read, but I really need to get on that and read them. But yeah, this was a no. This was a very upsetting no. So those are the books I'm unhauling. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books I'm unhauling, and I'll be passing on to hopefully somebody else who would like to read them. I'm going to donate them to the British Heart Foundation, so you know, whoever picks these up, the money will go to a good cause, and hopefully they will enjoy these books. So that's what I have for today. Like I said, I think every couple months or so I'm going to try and do a little book unhaul, so I can make some more space on my shelves for new books, because I have a lot of new books I want to be reading. And yes, if you have any questions or thoughts, excuse me, about these books I'm unhauling, then let me know. If you enjoyed any of these books I'm unhauling and feel a bit offended that I am, please don't. You know, reading's subjective, so there are always going to be some hits and some misses. You know, people may love this book and it's just, I don't know, just something wrong with me of where I don't. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm going to stop rambling and go. So as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye guys.